Alright, good evening everyone. Time for a game. Let me just see if everything's connected. Looks like my mic is on. That's good news. Shall we have a game? I didn't think our game was going to happen, but thankfully our opponent was able to schedule within a very small window. So let's get this going. So this is a standard League game, so I won't be checking the chat. Just looking to see if everything else is working. It does look like it is. And my mic is on. I'm talking to myself, but yeah. Hey Martin. Okay, hang on. Everything's working, so let me get off of here and let's have a game. I was trying to listen to some music at the same time. I don't know how loud it is though. It looks like it's actually really soft, and I'm kind of not sure if I messed up my Spotify, so maybe we just stop it. I don't really know what's going on there. Let's just get into the game then. Last check. Everything looks good. Alright, d4, we're going knight f6. Here we go. And we are going to relax. This is the last evening before little man and the wife join. So we are going to drink a Gente. Also, I think that, I mean, Gente is limited. I'm just not sure what this kanji at the bottom means. The second one I think is about like sending stuff. So maybe it's limited distribution. It's a word I should know. Alright, c4, we're going to go e6. We're expecting a Nimzo Indian. Don't drink if you're underage, don't drink before you're driving, don't do anything stupid. We are going to enjoy this Orion 75 white ale from Okinawa to the world. So I haven't had it before. I thought I'd try something interesting. Since we got our game, which I'm really happy about, because I thought I would actually just have to sit up this week, but lucky for us, we are still able to sneak in one more game. Knight c6, we're going to go bishop b4 into the Nimzo Indian. Alright, and now it could be a classical maybe, or a Rubinstein, or something else. For anyone who watched our game 3 rounds ago, I was actually white in a Nimzo Indian as well. That game ended up going well for us. It was actually probably one of my better games. It went very smoothly. Just I kind of controlled the board, strangled black's position, and so on. So let's hope that doesn't happen to us. And we'll see. We'll see what white decides to do. There are multiple ways that white can respond here. There is, in pawn moves, there's a3, e3, f3. There's also queen c2, which is the classical. I don't think there's anything else that's really worth it. I think you can play knight f3 as well. Yeah, actually, I think knight f3 is also a move. Alright, queen c2. I did have some line prepared. Let me just try and remember what it was. What was the line we prepared? Okay, I think we're going d5. Alright. If I remember correctly. We'll see if I can remember. I mean, my opponent might play like a different move immediately now, and then it doesn't matter what I was looking at beforehand, but at least it means we have some kind of idea of what we're going to do. And I was reviewing some of my games from another tournament from last year, and one of the games I lost, and afterwards my impression was kind of that I just didn't really have a good plan out of the opening into the middle game. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I definitely didn't know what my opponent wanted to do. So if I can try and just get some general plans on the board, I think I'll be quite happy, even if it's not exactly the plan we had. The Nimzo Indian, by the way, is a very, very broad opening. In this a3, okay, so in this position, white can go various ways, and then within that, again, various ways. And the easiest way to point out that there are multiple different different lines is this idea that we just have so many pawn structures that result from this: hanging pawns, IQPs, identical symmetrical structures, various imbalances. The Nimzo is big for imbalances because in this position you end up taking the knight normally. And I think I'm going to have to do that. A3 is not what I looked at beforehand, so I'm not so sure what I want to do here. I do think we're just going to take. And they're probably going to take back with their queen. That's kind of the reason that you put your queen there, so that you can take back with the queen and avoid taking with your B pawn and get doubled C pawns. Every other variation, well, almost all other variations in the Nimzo Indian allow black to double your C pawns. So if you played any other move, I could take the knight and it would be doubled. But in my general opinion, it's best not to take the knight until they play A3 or something to attack your bishop. Alright, so now we're already out of our general theory here. So I'm a little bit unsure. We obviously have a nice little like jump on the queen, which could be fun. There are ways that this could go bad for black. If they move around, I can bring my queen out. Now I'm threatening this. Maybe they bring their bishop out, or maybe they push it. Then I can check, and if they play here, I can take, and I'd actually be winning their rook. However, in most of those lines, actually, it's not all that good for white. So I'm actually trying to see if there's a different way I can play. Good for black. You're very often kind of overplaying your advantage, and you end up in a bit of a bad position. I don't want to take here. I don't think that adds any value. Let me just see. The reason here that people play E3 is to defend that pawn. So maybe the idea is to take. But I can't hit the queen on C5, so I don't see exactly what that gives me. If I take, they take back. Doesn't really feel like a move that's worth playing. That said, probably the next move is just E3, and then they can take back with the bishop anyway. C5 is also a move. It's always a move. Just trying to mess up their structure, but because they didn't take with the pawn there, they'd actually get a very strong queen side. So I wonder if I should take. And if they don't take, I can even try and defend the pawn like this. If they do take, I can play a6, and this is a bit of a Catalan point where they take back the c pawn and you try and get a tempo on the queen with b4. I mean, at some point I'm going to play c5, almost definitely. So I could do this. They open up, I hit, then I hit the bishop again. I can bring out my light square bishop on this diagonal, might be nice. They're probably going to go bishop g5 at some point. There's always one of these hooks. You can also do this and jump your knight, and then you hit the bishop over there and hit something else, but you've got to be careful putting your pawns all the way out there. Not bad. Something interesting. I figured out I'm a bit more of a wine guy long term, but I can enjoy a bit of beer as well. It's a6 preparing to take and go here. If they go forward, then we just get a symmetrical structure. Castling is always good, just castle. C5, I have to play c5 at some point though. Like, it's kind of impossible not to. The problem now is because they didn't take there, they always have b4, so I kind of have to be careful about what happens on the queen side. Which brings me back to wondering if it might be worth hitting their queen. Then coming here, but they can protect that pawn so easily, it's kind of irrelevant. I could also go b6 and fianchetto, and then I could open up the diagonal for myself by taking. That then works a bit better with the knight going up as well. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about taking here, and then they've got this situation. So I think if I play c5, I need to have it protected with a queen or a knight or a pawn or something. Maybe I'd take just to see if I can misplay the queen a bit. Then I can play here. Just so they don't... Or maybe I wait until they... Yeah, maybe the point is that I wait until they try and move their bishop, then I take. So maybe I castle and then b6. And then once the bishop moves once, then I take. And then I can put my bishop out on this long diagonal. And I've got b6 pawn, and then I can play c5. Take, take. We've all got confusing pawn structures. Yeah, because this pawn becomes a problem long term. This is also an idea. Not my favorite though. Okay, I'm gonna castle. I'm spending a bit too much time just loitering in the opening. As is the case in Nimzos everywhere. At least on the black side. I do not remember the theory. There's so many potential lines you can play. So castling is almost always fine. So let's just castle. And we're not going to take until they move their light square bishop. If they for some reason decide to fianchetto, I don't think they're going to. We can play c6 and play it like a semi-Slav as well. And then we would end up putting the knight here and trying to break with e5, so we can open up our light square bishop on this diagonal instead. Oh man. Yeah, knight e4 is so tempting, but it's very rarely a great a great continuation. You gotta be very careful about getting aggressive. I've had some bad games, OTB and online, where I got aggressive with the Nimzo and bad things happened. So let's try not to overcomplicate it. I'm expecting e3. Knight f3 is also a move. I mean b5 is b4 is even a move. If b5 happens, I wonder. I was actually just thinking, if I play a5, if they take, I can take back, but I don't actually have to. They have isolated pawns. This is a pretty easy one. I can just play h6 and ask them what they want to do. I still can now do this, and then I can take. And the reason for this is also because they want to play e3, but they want the bishop to be stuck behind the pawn chain, right? But this might, and then obviously they can always take, so it's a bit of a dangerous one. c5 does allow me to get my queen out, but they're kind of on the spot I want to go to, so it doesn't really help. There is a move here where you just jump, and you're like, alright, cool, take my queen, I take yours, you take my pawn, but then I actually don't have a great continuation. I just go down a pawn, which is kind of unfortunate. So they're going to play e3 next. I can play h6. I can figure out what I'm going to do with my knight, or with my queen, or with my bishop. I'm actually kind of liking a5 as well, with the idea of just playing a4 and shutting down the queen side, and then I can try and land a knight there in this way. That might be quite good actually, because their light square bishop would have to come back to try and stop me from doing that. That might end up pretty well. If they push past me, I think it's still okay, but maybe that's also a reason to take now. No, actually not while this knight. Okay, let's just play h6. If they take, it's okay. We can still figure a plan out. Oh, there's some interesting lines here. If they take and I take back with my queen, they take, I take, and they take my c pawn. Okay, that's quite dangerous because I can take the pawn over here, and everything is defended, but their b pawn is hanging. So they have to defend it once, and I can also bring out my my light square bishop or my knight hitting the queen, and getting a little bit feisty. So this could be quite fun actually. Take, 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 take here, and if they decide to take there, I can take over here, and they have 0 development on the king side. I can't actually check the king, unfortunately. I can't get on these dark squares, but I can jump my knight over the queen to try and get closer. Never mind, they're not doing it. Alright, here. This is always a move, but I'm not so excited. Where did I want to put my knight? I was thinking about this. Because I could always, if I jump here, then that will be, you know, kind of safe. Then I can push, and even if they take, well, no, not even if they take. I might have to take them like this. But that could be good because it opens up my square there. So maybe I do this first and then e5. I'm aware of this b4 plan, which could be a bit scary. Let me get my pieces out, you know. If I play here now, they go here. I hit their queen, they have to move it. I can hit the pawn over here, they'll protect it with e3, and this bishop's protecting them from being in big trouble on that side. Yeah, not really much here, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping they would take my knight. I think that would have been kind of fun. Okay, so it's a5 or a6, or it's knight d, or it's just straight c5. Straight c5 might be good too, because I can take and then hit the queen, so they would kind of have to take. And if they do, what can I do? I can push the queen, and I can defend the pawn, and then I can hit the queen again, hitting the backwards pawn. And I could bring, that could so many knights in the game all of a sudden. That could be really fun. Not sure if it's the best move, but it looks very interesting. Should I just play it? Just c5. And they take, so I'm sacking a pawn. I'm opening up the, well, I'm not really opening up anything because they have 2 pawns like this. I'm hitting the queen, they have to move. Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to put my knight here, so it's either b6 or c5 or queen up to then play c5, but then yeah, this queen is kind of pissing me off a bit. Here, take, and there's just nowhere else to go that's useful, unfortunately. What if I give them a move first? I play a5 to stop b4. Then they play e3. Then I play c5. If take this way, then because I've played c5, I guess I could take back with my queen as well. c5, take with the queen, so I'm hitting this pawn twice, and I'm also hitting that square if they go, but they could take with their queen here. That would be frustrating, to say the least. So a5 here, up, they take once, I take hitting the queen first. I think that's probably the main point. Then I go here, hitting the queen again. And then I'm taking an IQP versus my opponent. Although I could actually play there, here, and then take back with the knight. This is possible as well. I would have gotten a fair bit of time. But I'm not sure what my plan is. This is the dangerous thing about not having a plan. C5 take, knight over here checking, but then I really want to play this first. So maybe I play A5 first. Because now I can do this and then play C5 and the situation isn't quite so frustrating. But then I don't have knight C3, knight C6 hitting the queen, which I was kind of excited for, so that is frustrating in its own right. But this is a generally good move, I believe, and this also works with the knight jump. Expecting E3 here, spending way too much time in the opening. Oop. Gotta top us up with this limited edition. For anyone who hasn't been to Japan, although I guess even for people who have been, you might enjoy this just as a point of nostalgia. Japan has got a very strong convenience retail channel. Convenience stores in Japan are very, very convenient. They are everywhere. They sell everything from food, snacks, alcohol, frozen meals, fresh underwear and socks, a little bit of like body care stuff, masks obviously, and a few other things as well. A few like basic essentials for cooking at home. If you like forgot some food stuff, you can go to the convenience store and just buy some things that could be put together to make some kind of meal. And in the alcohol section, specifically in the cans, so like this one said limited edition blah blah blah. There's like about like, let's say like more than half of the cans on the shelf in a convenience store are normally there. It's kind of like the main selling lines, Chuhai's beers, everything else. But there is a significant part of them which is always changing. It's always limited edition or seasonal, like season specific. Like I don't know, during autumn there's like pear, a lot of like pear related stuff. During March, April, when it's Hanami season, when it's Sakura, cherry blossoms in Japan, there's a lot of like, specifically in that case, beers who do like, Sakura themed alcohols, because that's a big opportunity for them. People go buy that specific thing to go enjoy. We have something called Hanami, which is basically like the enjoyment of the cherry blossoms, where you just go sit in the park and drink with your friends and enjoy the lovely weather and the fact that there's beautiful cherry blossoms everywhere. It's a big thing. It's very popular. It's also obviously a very popular time for tourists to come. So yeah, these kinds of limited edition things are very big. But although in time I have found that most of them tend to taste very similar. I don't always think there's a lot of variety actually. Always tends to taste quite similar. All right, there's E3. So we can play A4 now and just block up this queen side completely, which I feels like a really good move. And also because we don't want to take until that light square bishop moves. And then we can kind of play this like a BOGO in a way. We can put our pawns on these squares. The problem is here obviously that the C file is going to open up. So we have to be really careful. This knight jump will probably help us control the C file a bit, although they would almost definitely come back this way. So alternatively, I guess in this case now I could go here, and if they take, I could cry about it. Where do I want to put my light square bishop? If I do this, I could always play b6 and put it on either of these squares. I could take and open it up on this diagonal. So this might be fun, but it's just a little bit too slow. They'll move, I'll take, they'll move again, I'll go out, and then their knight comes on here. And I can take and kind of mess up their pawn structure, but this, like here, is not a pawn structure I can specifically get at. You know, it's quite strong. It also takes away the e4 square from me, which is a bit unfortunate. Um, so what to do? What to do? Continue here or take? Oh, I'm not going to take until the bishop moves. And then I am supposed to play the c pawn up at some point. Yep. Alright, we're just going to nail down this queen side for now. I think that's safe enough. So we've got one pawn kind of controlling two, because you can't move that one without me taking, and that will isolate your a pawn. So if you push past, I can en passant. If you push once, I can still take. A pawn isolation, giving us a potential area to fight. But equally, the c file is probably going to open up, so we need to be careful about that. And our light square bishop still needs to find some way to see the rest of the world. We could do this. Seems slightly crazy, but if that pawn can't push it off, actually it's doing kind of okay. And we would love to take and put a knight there, but to do that I think I need to play this knight in some way first. Oh, and if I put it there, they're going to take and double up my pawns, obviously. So yeah, so I think this might be, the knight's journey might end up going to that b3 square anyway. Just gotta be careful I protect that pawn, because afterwards it might be difficult to keep it in one piece. If I'm there and they're attacking it, if I jump the knight away to the a5 square, the pawn's hanging, so it's a little bit dangerous. Although here I'll put some extra, if I do this now, I'll actually force them to either move or something else, because I'll be attacking the pawn multiple times and I'm already covering the defensive square. So yeah, I'm not hating my plan here, but it is still a little bit tricky to figure out what to do. And as I said, I'm hoping to play with at least a general plan after reviewing that other game of mine where I did not have a general plan. Oof. Yeah. So it might be knight first, it might be bishop first, not sure. Don't know. There's a YouTuber called, I don't know his nick. Drinking, drunken something. I kind of forgot, to be honest. I do think this is a good square for my knight to go. It also blocks up this file now that I've taken care of that. So maybe even if they take, I go. If they push past, I can take. And then they've got so many isolated pawns. Actually, that's fantastic. So maybe c5 is just the move. Even if they take, these pawns are just going to be sitting on top of each other. They can take again. Then maybe I have to take. My light square bishop still has to find some way to be useful. I could play c6, and then after they move their bishop, I can take, they can go, and then I can play b5, hitting the bishop. But I'm taking a square away from my knight. I'm not playing c5, which feels kind of wrong. So I think it's c5, to be honest. They do have this square for their knight, but I doubt that's going to be coming into play just yet. They still have to castle. We always have g5 on the table, but after they move, I jump in. I'm hitting both. This kind of combination is a little bit nicer once they have castle, because then at least that rook isn't staring down the h-file. So if they, I don't know, play out here or here, I mean, they can actually even potentially take it. So maybe they come here, and we do some stuff, and then we go here, and after they've castled, we threaten to take the bishop and double up their pawns on that side of the board. They could take, then we take, hitting the knight, in which case it might be nice to have either f5 or the bishop protecting down this diagonal. Okay. I mean, c5 feels like the move. Now that I've got that pinned down, this pawn is going to be a little bit weak to defend, so the only thing is that that bishop might end up doubling my pawns, but it's not that definitely a problem, you know, so it's not necessarily a massive disaster to have these two pawns. My king can still come up here. I just need to be careful that their queen doesn't come down, but I'd be able to actually block up with a pawn structure like this, and so they would have to go around the dark squares, which I don't have a bishop anymore at least. They would get the e5 square. I could push, I could use my knight. It's going to be c5. It's got to be c5 at this point, surely. And my threat is basically that I'm going to give you an IQP. That's basically what I'm threatening. And in which case, actually, I might push your bishop off and then trade it off. And then I want to try and find a way to put a knight on that square. So then I could do this, although I still have this as well. If they take this way when I'm busy taking, I guess I'm hitting their bishop. And then once it moves, I can even take with my knight then. Oh, but hang on, if I do this, then I can first do this to hit the queen. And then I can come here to hit the queen again. That's kind of fun. Although actually I kind of want to take with my light square, with my pawn to open up my light square bishop. So if they take, I take, and I might even give myself an IQP so I can get my bishop out and do some damage on that side of the board. Gonna. This is my other plan. This is another thing, but I don't think that's worth it. After c5, I could actually also, so I could play c5, they move their bishop, and I can force them to trade queens. Then they can give me the bishop and screw my pawn structure a bit. Then we can do some trades in the middle. I would have my one rook lifted. I'd need to get my light square bishop somewhere useful. This feels like a move, to be honest. But honestly, I feel like c5 needs to be... I need to play it at some point. c5, they take knight out. c5, they take in the center. Oh, man. They take in the center. Oh, actually, c5, they take in the center. I can take with my knight. Because after they take my queen, I can take their queen. So it's not the end of the world. Then their bishop is hanging. So I can, maybe they have to run it away somewhere. And then I can take here once. We might end up with a very kind of similar-ish position. To take my knight, they have to put another pawn on the b file. Oh, but in that case, I would prefer to have my queen. Actually, that would be more fun. So here I could take with my pawn. But I think I would take first. And then I could always take with my pawn. What if they don't, if they put a knight there, then I'm the one with the out QP, but I could be attacking and trading off. Up. Didn't pay attention in theory class. I could always just play b pawn first. They move their bishop. Then I play c5 actually. This might be kind of interesting too. And then whatever taking happens, I could still take here actually. Hitting them, they take me, I take them. Then this pawn is hanging again. Maybe this would be the in-between move before I take back hitting their queen. And then take. Okay, I'm going to stop calculating it before it happens because there's too many ways it could go down. C5 is always a move against the D4 opening. If this is the exact good time to play it or not, I am not aware, but we are going for it. We are making a go for it. The reason I like C5 is that I want to bring my knight out, but I don't want to put it in front of the pawn. And I want to have some tension in the center for them to figure out. So here, that actually doesn't matter. Although I could do this and then hit here and then actually take the pawn with my knight as well. That could be kind of interesting. Also continuing over there maybe. Also maybe hitting the light square bishop if it was over there. This jump and they take, it's not bad, but I think I need my light square bishop somewhere useful. So I don't think you're supposed to play all of these pawns and a pawn. I think I'm going a little bit overboard, but hopefully we can make a plan with this. So if this takes, we're not really phased. We can continue developing. If this takes, we are slightly phased. We can take, they can take, we can take. They're probably going to save their bishop in that case. Maybe they hit my rook and my pawn. There's only so much damage I can do, unfortunately, so maybe I go out to the center. Then they take their... Then I'm actually down a pawn, that's not good. So if they take here and I'm going to move my knight, I'm gonna have to move my queen. Otherwise I have to accept they might double my pawns up. It's not, I mean, it's not immediately dangerous. Like, I have this move if I need it. I could always take this way after they attack with their knight. Bum, 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 bum. Hit there, hit there. Take with my queen. Seems kind of fun. Taking the IQP to get a light square bishop up does also seem kind of useful. This is for sure not theory though, just by the way. There is zero theory happening here. I think given my position, I actually think I might have to accept the IQP. I think it's kind of unavoidable, to be honest. Oh, okay, they do take. So that one I didn't really care about. I don't think these pawns are going to be able to survive too long. But now there's no pushing, right? So I was just going to develop my knight. The other thing that developing the knight does is that in some variations I might eventually be able to, I mean this pin is kind of causing me problems, but I might be able to play e5 because it's defended, which might be good for me. Alright. Okay, so I think knight out is just the move. Once they take, I can take. If they put their rook over there, I can cry about it softly. Oh, then I can take here obviously as well. Oh no, wait, it would be hanging. I could put my queen up on this side, I guess. They do get a little bit active though. Yeah, but if they haven't developed, I guess it's not the end of the world. Now I can still do this. They take me, I take them. And actually if they take my knight, they get doubled pieces, so they'd actually have to... yeah, this actually maybe just kind of fun. Okay, we're going to continue with our general plan here. We're now also down a pawn, so our amazing pawn sack may or may not have borne fruit. I'm actually thinking they might liquidate. And then this is the move. And then I might have to go on the offensive big time, hitting their queen, trying to get it off this diagonal, getting my light square bishop out to try and hit the knight. It might get really crazy. So like this, maybe I put this. Do I put this? No, my knight's hanging. So here, maybe they move out their bishop somewhere. I go up, they go back. I hit the queen and the bishop. They have to make some kind of move with it. I'm covering all these squares down here though. And after that I can check over here. And they have to bring their bishop back, or their knight back. And the queen will probably be on one of the light squares. So I can open up this way. Alright, that's similar-ish to the line I looked at when I was looking at the opening with the classical. Basically the point is that you play on the king side, then you play on the queen side, then you play on the king side, and you get a bishop, a queen, and a knight all... oh! Okay, very unexpected. Okay, I didn't see that coming. I guess that does open up their plan. So now they can mess up my pawn structure even more. That is not good for me. I mean, I have to take back. There isn't much to it. That definitely screws up my plans big time. If they take here, I can take with my queen, I guess. They can hit me with the rook, though. This pawn will hang if I move my queen. Oh man, beautiful move, very nice. So I can kind of take a pawn down endgame now if I want with the worst bishop. If they take, I have to have mega... Okay, I can't take with the queen, because after I take, they take, I take, and they take here, I have to take with the pawn, and I've got this pawn structure, which is a disaster. Alright, so I've got to take with the pawn. There isn't really much to it. Okay, here I can still take with my queen. Now that they've traded that off, the IQP is much less appealing. So I would probably have to take this way. They can get some action on me with the rook. I guess what I'll be looking for is to play e5 and get my bishop out this way. This f7 pawn and this... oh, sorry, this f6 pawn and this h6 pawn are going to be a bit weak, but what to do. Alright, I'm not going to go back and look at all the mistakes and where I made them. Clearly they happened. Let's just play the game. My king might at some point actually come up to g7, just guarding these pawns so that my queen can move without being a massive problem. Because I have to take here... yeah, I have to take this way, and if they take with their queen, I guess I get another pawn here, they can take there, and that's actually really dangerous for me. I'm gonna have to Oh man. So take. I can move that pawn. Yo. I don't have any way to... Oh, I don't want to accept the structure. It's fucking garbage. um, I could jump to continue. If I jump and they take, I can take back here, or I can take... No, I'll take back here, I guess, to at least have a pawn structure that isn't complete garbage, but... Yeah. Take with my queen, they take my doubled pawn, so I'm just down a pawn. Take here, they take my h-pawn. And then we can get into a draw, because I can go here and move backwards and forwards, which is not exactly the ideal. Here, they take there. So this is going to be the problem after the knight jumps here, right? Yo, this is just ugly. So ugly. Probably they put their bishop there, avoiding any additional confusions. What can I do to cause some complications? I mean, I can start... Actually, I can take here, they can take there, and I can throw this pawn forward, but then this is basically asking for mate. They can't actually... They need this... Oh no, yeah, like, yeah, they need this square to check me. Check here, they'll get me there. Ooh, gotta be very careful now. Here. I can protect the pawn with my king. They don't quite have that yet, but they can get it in a second with this. And then I might have to accept some crazy doubled stuff. Here, they come and check me again. And there's no way for me to block the situation. Go back here again. Dangerous. Lose a pawn that way. I'm just basically losing pawns left, right, and center right now. Alright, if I go for this terrible pawn structure, what can I make? What can I make with that? Kinda want to sack that pawn, but I need to find a way to take, they take. Oh, if they take here, then I take here, and I'm on this long diagonal, which is kind of good. Because then I can come back and defend as well if I have to. I still have a terrible pawn structure, but it's not the end of the world. I'm basically just down a c pawn, which is isolated. Take. Oh no, actually I have a b pawn in here. So take. Sorry, take. I come here. What if they move their rook over? Then I actually have to attack it again. Where's the queen? Oh, the queen's also defending that pawn actually. Yeah, here, the pawn's still defended. Hmm. And then I'm double attacking that square, so they can't come in and checkmate me just yet. If we trade off all of these, I mean, they've got a clear advantage long term, right? My bishop is trash. Okay, so what if I just accept this pawn structure and say I will have a terrible pawn structure? They come out. I can play something silly like this just to keep my bishop kind of doing okay. And if they take, I could even like kind of accept it and just have a pawn structure that's semi-fixed. But this feels like the best kind of line of action, you know. Take here, take here. I can't take here because these two pawns are not equal in value. My king is way too open. I do have a check here though, that could be good. Play the knight back. Can't double attack it unfortunately, but at least that means that there's no winning attack against my king just yet. So here, 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 here. I get this check. They could move their king, but that seems a little bit cray-cray. Here. With that knight moving back, I also get my knight to come out, which could be good. Here, I could put my knight over here, which keeps my king safe. They can't castle. They have to defend their... they have to defend the knight first. And maybe I could do some crazy stuff like bring out my rook and attack it again. Okay, so take, 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 take with check. They come here. Actually, maybe I just go with my rook immediately, attacking it again. They defend it, and what am I doing then? Over here, so I can defend my king. The queen is over here, so it's gonna be taking a bit of a time to come back, and I've got this rank organized, but my light square bishop is such a disaster. I do think this is the move though. Take, 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 take. Check. Back. Rook over. My light square bishop is so useless. I mean, I need a move to get it out. That's kind of the... If I didn't need an extra move to get it out. Okay, but we're going for this because this is way more fun. We're doing it for the funsies. Oh no! Our drink is finished already. Who knew? Drinking alcohol during a chess game doesn't seem to be helping us a lot. We need power. Spilled a bit as well. Alright, this is a little bit on the crazy side. But we'll see what happens. If they don't come for us, if they decide to kind of relax and be easy, then we could play knight over, but I don't want to trade off more pieces. Things are getting a little bit too much. If they attack me like this, I'd be very happy to run my queen around somewhere else maybe. Oh, I can even take here, and that would be pinned to the queen. Oh, they attack me like that. Okay. In that case, I guess they're getting this already on the board, but now I can defend this f-pawn at least, so that's slightly better for me. There's only one square to do it, of course. I have to go here, they're going to do that, and I have to get my light square bishop out, so what to do? I guess I'm going to play like, but then actually maybe I want to go here. Oh, but then the pawn still falls and my queen's doing nothing. Here, they take, I'll go here. They take again, I check. Now they already have a rook there, right? So, but then I can take it. Oh, I just realized also, but there's a little overhang of my rook is still defended with my knight. Alright, so I've got this, or I can go here. If they take, then I take this one. I can go here. I can go here. My knight's defending it from the back as well. And my queen's still here. Oh man, more problems. Obviously, if they check me here, my queen is attacked with my king, so I kind of have to do the trade, which is not fun. So they're going to get me, and they're going to go here, they're going to castle. And then I'm going to play here, threatening this, I guess. Threatening this. You'll move something. I can also drop back. I guess if they take here, that's a problem for me as well. Oh, this position is no good. Okay, if I go here, they at least don't get that immediate tempo on me. Otherwise I have this, but that seems just completely silly. So I really have only these two choices. Oh, I guess I have this one as well, but that doesn't seem to help me much either. Here they take, it's the same problem, but I don't have this. So here they get another tempo, I go here, they castle. Then at least I have my pawn structure kind of active, which should be good. I can get my light square bishop out. So they're going to get a bishop here and a knight here. I'm going to threaten this. They could jump their knight, force us to do some more trades. I'm looking to play e5 to get my light square bishop into a position where it's not completely useless. In the end, I did not use this. Well, I still have it, but it's kind of become a bit pointless. Here they hit me, I go up. This pawn is also hanging though. That's the downside of all of that. Yeah, here they hit me, I go over here, pawn's still hanging. Go over directly. Actually, maybe going over directly is better, because then if they go here, I still have time to play this, and if they do take, I can come back and take. If they take, I have the check. And then whatever they do there, I can go here, and the game is still, I think, ongoing, so I think this is the move. They go here and I push up and they sack it. I'll take with queen and take with pawn, and be kind of worse, I guess. If they come in with a rook, at least I can kind of stop it from being useful. My h-pawn is still semi-safe. And they will take at least a move to get organized. And maybe I can get my king over to the e7 square. 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 Alright, so I'm looking at e7. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? e5. Try and get my light square bishop out, either to the e6 square or up to one of these diagonals. Obviously, if they put the bishop there, this potentially causes some more complications. If we trade off, I'm down 2 points at this point because I didn't take back. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm down 1 pawn. What am I saying? Sorry. And this trade doesn't work out because they lose a piece, so that's not good. Alright, so I think e5 is on the cards here. And if they do take my pawn, I'm taking here. It's not ideal, because if they take here, then they always have this potential check on me. But I would at least get one move in first. Rook over. Check. Knight has to go back. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm going to continue here with this. I can't attack there anymore, but my light square bishop at least is doing something useful. And after this I could actually kick the knight away. Trade, trade. Yeah, actually I think this might be the best option I have right now. If they go directly, I guess I take here because I'm also hitting their queen. They take with the pawn or with the rook. And then I can also block with my bishop, which could be good. I might even be able to make some complications on the g-file. G-file, G-file, G-file. If they go there, then I've got nothing. Then I have to get off of the... Then I go here or here, probably the dark square. And if they do castle, I can force them to give me my exchange. Alright, oh, we are down so much time at this point. Alright. Well, the game definitely does not disappoint in terms of interest, at least. Although I am misplaying a little bit, am I not? I do realize I had a potential chance here, but I don't know if that c-pawn is really that important right now. I still need to get my light square bishop active. Being the one with the castle king first has not been that useful. Alright, so this I think doesn't... Here I take, they take, I take the queen, they're down a piece. Here, same thing, they're down a piece for a pawn. If they go back, I have to get out of the way. I think I just go over here. I don't want to get on the light square diagonal. I want to allow my bishop to get through, and I don't want to get hit by their bishop. Although I guess at this point I would have e5 actually, forcing the bishop back. So here, oh no, because they would be double attacking it, right? So if they do go back, I'll just go over. They'll probably castle and give me... Oh, well, no, not quite here. Tricky here, and then I would be able to take, and if they take, I'd be able to check the king in the back, but there's no mate there, unfortunately, so I would have to move my king to get onto this file. But if I move the e-pawn, the f-pawn is weak, so it might have to be this kind of move. Tricky, tricky, tricky. If they just castle immediately, I can hit the knight, which is double attacking that, and again if they jump here, I would hit their queen. So I would take and hit a queen, which would be pretty good. And then I would be e5, they'd have to jump there anyway. Then I can take here, and if they take me... Yeah, the problem is that there's some fun line. Oh, actually that would be good, because this would be mate. So they'd have to take back with something. Oh, but if they take with the... If they take with the pawn, then the bishop is defended. That would be mega terrible. So I would probably have to just let the knight die over there, and then try this g-file action. If they play h3 in this position, I will still play my bishop over to g5 because it's pinned to the pawn is pinned to the rook. I also have this, although I don't think it's that impressive. That d8 square is no longer really something I care that much about. Although I might be able to... If the rooks start coming out, it might be good because it'll stop the rooks from doubling on the the d file. So that could be useful. On the d file, on the d file. Is this one of those positions where you ask people, do you want to play white or black here? And then they say, what is black doing? So, yeah. So I'm guessing it's castle or it's some knight discovery on my queen. Although I think most of the knight discoveries are not that bad actually. The other one actually here, if I do go on the back, I could actually start off with F and then E. The problem is that if the bishop came over, but actually the situation I liked here was, why did I like this? Don't remember. Nope, I think I'm seeing double at this point. It wasn't good. What I was looking at was not good. Yay. There is a version here where like hit the knight and then I put my bishop, and after we take, I cry to myself because I don't actually have an attack. This is a little bit different from the Sveshnikov game we had like two weeks ago. There I was just clearly losing. I was like down a piece and I just threw everything at the king. This time I'm clearly worse, but I wouldn't say I'm losing just yet. At least not at my level. Maybe at a master level. But anyway. Alright, we are slightly less than slightly more than half our opponent's time now, so we are clawing back second by second. And I legit have to go to the bathroom in a second as well, so maybe should I go now while they're still thinking? That might be a good idea. Hang on, let me put a little be right back over my face. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna go to the toilet. Oh, okay. Not doing too badly. We are be right back. We are right here. Still thinking. Alright. I guess they were just really hoping to get another tempo from me. Or maybe they went to the bathroom as well. Maybe they're trying to see if there's a nice move. So I already know none of these work. That's not even possible. These don't work either. That one does work. That one works, but it's very strange because you're undeveloping. So... Oh, actually, that would be very interesting. So they go here, I go here, and if they take, and I'm hitting that pawn, and if they try to defend it, then I actually take the rook. That would be very hilarious, but I doubt that'll happen. So I don't think they're going to undevelop their knight. If they play f3 in that position, I mean, I guess I just go over here, take an active position with my bishop, maybe kick that rook off of the back rank so that it can't connect, because they are undeveloping their knight. So I guess that's not going to happen. So I'm guessing it's going to be castle, or maybe something like, oopsie, rook d6. Rook d6. I'm actually a tiny bit unsure what I would do there. I could play here, and then maybe the castle. I see there's another plan here where I can play my rook up to a5, and then I can hit their knight, and then I can take the pawn and hit their queen. But unfortunately, I would lose my queen and a rook, so that's not a great plan, because the bishop's over here. Unless I just stay in contact with the rook, right? If I can keep this, then I would take their pawn, and we would be equal in pawns, although dynamically unequal, dynamically imbalanced with the pawn structure. Alright, well, happy to have them think, because I'm way down on time, so yeah. h3, as said, we still just play bishop up, although it doesn't really work that well, because h3 I play the bishop up, then they castle, and then my bishop have to move. And I don't want to take the knight, because then they get their bishop out, my queen has to move, they're going to take my knight, and then I just have less and less. Then the rook comes and actually hits two things, so yeah, I don't want the knight, I want the bishop if I'm going to take something. So yeah, so actually h3 does stop me from doing some stuff. Maybe h3 I play e5, e4, hitting the knight, and then I cry to myself. Then after that I move my queen somewhere, doing a something, hitting this pawn as well, and also having my light square bishop be out, so if they castle I can take the h-pawn, threaten mate, and again I would be able to take up the exchange. If anyone just joined us, thank you for coming. Do not do this at home. I'll just go back quickly. So we were in the Nimzo Indian Classical. I prepared d5, but they played a3 directly, and they didn't take the d pawn, and then I didn't know what to do, so I castled, and they did the normal bishop g5, and then here, again, one of the things I understood is that I should try and make the queen move. So maybe what I should have done is just, you know, c5, make the queen move and then come out, but it's no longer the version that I expected. Because a3 kind of, you know, I lose my bishop, I don't have pressure, I just have a bishop for a knight. So a5, a4 was fun, but I think maybe wasted the incorrect time. Sacked a pawn, got a worse structure, they want to tempo on me with their rook, and after I played e5 we are now sitting, oh, there we go, okay, it is rook d6, they literally just played it. Okay. I can do this, which hits that pawn, and after they castle, I can do this, which threatens mate. The only frustration there is they have a knight jump here, which not only stops mate, but hits my queen as well, so then I have to move my queen up to hit the knight. Maybe they defend the knight with their queen. I'm not sure how I'm gonna make that work. So, although it seems fun, I think it's the wrong thinking. So, maybe just bishop over here now. Or maybe rook over here. But unfortunately, this opens up the bishop in a way that is not good for me. Not good. Not good. Um, Maybe king up, preparing this plan that I had anyway. If I go here, it doesn't do anything. It's not a plan that does anything really. So this actually at least creates some activity. Maybe they castle in this position. Maybe I go here, they castle. I can hit the rook, but their rooks can also come out. See, this move with this looks so great until you see they've got this, and then it just sucks. Here they castle. What if I play e4 there? Forcing, so actually maybe I do this now, hitting this pawn, also protecting the pawn obviously. They castle probably, then I play e4, hitting the knight. And the knight can move here, I guess. Otherwise maybe over. If the knight moves over, I think I actually continue with my knight here. And after that, because my queen's on this position, right? So why don't I just play it directly then actually? Play it and the knight has to go somewhere. And then I play my knight in behind it. Oh no, wait, hang on, I need to move first. Here. Defending my pawn. Defend my straddle. Defend pawn, then hitting this knight situation, then coming out. I'm hoping they castle, right? If they don't castle in this position, I'm not sure what my queen is doing here. Oh my goodness. I think I'm actually falling asleep. If I do this and they hit me and I go there, I have to take the knight because I'm on the same line as my king. Oh no. So here, I need them to castle in that position, right? So then I go here. Oh wait, if I go here and they go there, then I just hit both of their pieces. That's actually pretty good. Here, if they hit me, I take both of their pieces. The knight can jump to hit my queen, but then I can go here hitting the knight and the bishop still. If they take the pawn, I guess I take the bishop, to be honest. I take the bishop. This is crazy though, because then they can take with their queen here. But then I still have this actually, which could be good. Alright, so this is looking great actually. Not bad at all. Here, if they do something silly like this, I can put my light square bishop over here and they just never castle. Hmm. If I go here and they take the exchange, I mean, I should just be happy for an exchange. What am I saying? Here, they go up here. They go back. No, I can't take until they castle, so I have to... That's why this looked good. Hit the knight first. Make it move somewhere. Get out of the way of the bishop hitting here. I'm potentially sacking another pawn though. Here, I take here. They move their rook over. I take back here. I hit the rook. I hit the bishop? No. Ugh, it's not good. Otherwise it's this, or here even. No, it's probably this then in that case. Okay, we're gonna go here. Pawn first looks no good. And we are again less than half our opponent's time, so gotta get going. Thankfully this doesn't hang with like complete disaster, because if we trade I still get to take here and they first have to move their rook. So this doesn't quite work out. Take here, I take here. I guess I can protect it like this. Yeah, this is still a bit dodgy, although I can take here directly as well, I guess. Then they do this, then I cry myself to sleep for sure. So take, they take with the queen. I guess I can just take, and then after they take with the rook, I take with my pawn. Never mind, it's okay. I'm happy to trade pieces for rooks. That's good. If only I could calculate properly. Eh? This is non-alcoholic, by the way. We are trying to avoid playing absolute rubbish due to intoxication, inebriation. Pick your word of poison. One of the options. I mean, I'm still letting them get activity. I'm posing threats with my queen, but my queen is a little bit on its own, right? I need to... The nice thing here is I'm hitting the g-pawn. So if they castle, I've got this situation where I can probably, hopefully, cause them to have some concerns. They take that way. I actually wonder in that situation. They castle, I go up. They jump their knight out. I hit the knight. The problem I had with this is because they can defend their knight in some way. That was frustrating. But then I could do something like hitting the queen. Cover the queen. Oh no, the queen can't come here because I have it covered as well. That's good. Could come here, but I could still hit it. And I really need to get my rooks in the game. This diagonal looks pretty active for the light square bishop, but the rooks, the A rook especially, because it has the lift. You really want it to lift at some point. This is possible. This is probably a little bit more active depending on what happens in the game. Alright, we're approaching a position where once again we are about half our opponent's time. Not recommended. I made the joke about play and mansplain, but I don't think I'm mansplaining anything. I think I'm actually just playing kind of... Yeah, but that happens. I wonder if they play the bishop over and I go up, because this opens up the f pawn, right? If they take with like their rook, then I fall back. I'm still hitting both pieces, right? So they can like sack the rook for 3 pawns in that case, because I would take here and then they could take back with their light square bishop. Then I have no idea what's going on. I guess I'm bringing out my light square bishop um, and the other rook. Yeah, this could actually be crazy. Doing this now, I mean, I can't do this, right? Because I get pinned, so I have to take. That's bad news, bears. Although if they do this, I could just stay on this thing. If you go here, it's similar but not, because I can attack you once in this sense. And if you take there, you're not hitting my queen. So I could just take the light squared bishop. I can bring my queen out then, getting off my own bishop, getting on that diagonal. So maybe the best idea with this is actually just to stay here. You castle, I hit both. I'm I'm gonna run in so many circles potentially with this situation. So check this out. They go here, I go up. They castle, for instance. I go here. They play oopsie. They play h3 to try and keep this attack going. I have to protect the pawn, right? So maybe I go down here. They can put their rook there if they haven't already. And then I either have to drop all the way back like I just looked at, or I have to go over here, but then the other rook can come out. Oh no, the other rook doesn't hit me because it's behind the bishop. I don't know. This is absolute madness still. And actually my opponent is now finally coming down to my level. I'm not rising to any level. They are coming down to my level for sure. My wife and kiddo are coming home tomorrow. I'm very excited. Going to visit them in the hospital today. He's still tiny, tiny. Still just eating, pooping, sleeping. I am a big fan. Scary, right? I don't want to move my king onto this light square diagonal, and I don't really want to put it in the corner on this dark square diagonal. But if I could get my rook over to the g-file, that would be pretty good. Actually, what I could consider doing is I could move my h-pawn up a bit, force them to move their h-pawn. You know, that just makes the whole position on the king side a little bit more potentially open for me. They might actually do it on purpose by themselves. At some point, just move one of these. I doubt they're going to do this though, because then I literally just go, alright, you're not castling. And if you put your king out on the d-file, now your king is open on the d-file, so yeah, that would be pretty great for me. I also realize, and this was never part of the plan, I have a check over here. I mean, they could stop that with either a rook or a bishop, but it's worth noting. It's worth noting. This might actually work better with my bishop here, and then I could trade once, go back, put a rook over, come in again. Something to keep in mind. Fucking hell. Why is coming down to my level? 13 minutes. Oh my goodness. The pressure is getting to them. Maybe this is going to be another game where we just put our opponent in the blender and we steal the game away. I was listening to a Japanese song in the car today, and I had the lyrics open on my screen, so at the red light I was checking what exactly they're singing about, and I realized that there's so many songs that I know generally, like I know like a few of the words and I know the melody and I know like a few of the sounds, but I don't actually know what they're saying half the time. And then when I learn what the song's about, I'm like, oh, that's what I'm listening to. Normally not bad or anything, but it's kind of funny to realize I don't even know what I'm listening to half the time. I'm also looking here, here. Um, Even here, oh no, I can't. I need to move back first. Let's say they fall asleep and this pawn uses their move and I go up. I'm threatening this. Oh wait, but I'm also threatening to open up my queen again. Damn it. Because I was thinking basically if they take with their knight, then I could take here. And they would have to move their rook over because it's no longer defended by the knight. Ooh, under 12 minutes. I mean, this didn't look so bad actually. Castle over here, threatening mate. You can just give up and give me the exchange, but you could also try and fight for it, right? So I need to, then I'm hitting your knight, but at the same time my bishop is kind of under attack, so it's not really the ideal. Oh! Um, what? Okay. Uh, so this means that the f pawn is not double attacked, right? So if I play here and that knight jumps, there I can hit the knight. Oh, but then this hangs. If I change the knight jumps, it's difficult for me to keep that pawn alive, isn't it? And if I can't, they're going to take, and then they're defending the knight as well. So that's not... Okay, if the knight didn't jump there, then I could actually take, which could be pretty good. I can also hit the queen, and they can sack for just in general. I'm assuming with this that they're coming over, though. They're coming in to hit me somewhere. Although this does open up a very interesting idea of... Oh man, it just hangs a piece, but here I can then win that back. This also means I could check them once and then I could take this b pawn. I'm still losing the f pawn though, so it's not like it's a major win or anything. This is the obvious move, right? I mean, they can come here. Is this what their plan is, to come in here? But I mean, I don't even care about these things. I'd hit your knight, and then after your knight moves I can hit it again. Your queen's kind of out of the way, and if you take my pawn, I wonder what the plan is. I guess I could do this as well, and then I could take, and then I could hit it. No, but then they're double defending it. That doesn't work. Now this move looks slightly better because I can actually get my rook over on the file without having immense problems. I mean, this just comes with like an obvious situation. You can't go there, you can't go there, you can't go there, you can't go there. You can't go anywhere here. So what, are you coming down here to look at my b pawn? But then I can hit you, you hit me, and I take your c pawn, and then I've got a check coming, which is going to be dangerous for you. I guess the point is you take here, and then this is hanging. You take with your rook maybe. But I can still check, and then, oh, that is definitely not ideal. Because after you block with your bishop, my bishop can come out, and I am threatening mate, uncle. Yo, actually, so that might be fun. That might be really fun, actually. So I go here, you go down, I hit you, you take, I take. I'm guessing the rook takes is kind of the main threat here. And then I hit you with the check. Your king can come up, which I would love, because my other rook would also play in. And if you take, I mean, then I'm just up in exchange, so I'm happy to trade off. That's pretty good. Am I missing anything? Here, you hit me. I've got something defending, so I'm actually pretty okay with that. Alright, let's go for it. This seems very fun. Ugh, already half our opponent's time again. Alright, we've got to be careful. Also getting closer to when like confirm move is going to cause us to spend an extra second or two. I mean, but they had to have seen this. So the only other option is maybe that they want to play over here, hitting the H pawn. I guess nothing else really makes sense to me. But actually that's a problem, because then I hit here, and this guy can't be defended. So that is a little bit dodgy. Then I could take... Bishop would have to... Oh, the knight would have to, the rook would have to go sideways. Then I could defend my straddle. Defend my h-pawn and bring my rook over. I wonder if this was the plan. Or if they just like missed something. But this is going to be very fun. I'm super down for this. You take there, I take there. Then I'm guessing that your rook takes here. I check. Your king either has to come... Oh, you went back. Lame. All the fun. And you just threat it. Oh, you maybe just missed it, I guess. Oh, okay. That was slightly less fun. Okay. I could still do this. I could actually do this. I can go here. Actually, maybe should I continue this way? Oh, well, no. Well, I have to check first. And if the rook comes back, I come back up again. And a draw agreed. If they block with their bishop, then I can attack it. But they're still going to castle. So that's not really helping me too much. Oh, actually, now that this is here, though, now e5 works a little bit better. Because my f-pawn is not attacked twice. So I go here. You can't defend it with your queen, very important, and I also get the square. So now actually e4 looks really good. You come over, I attack you again. You try and defend it. And then that square is kind of weak, so I jump my knight in over here. Looking to get a bit sneaky. Over there. And you won't be able to take, because I would take back. Oh, you could take with your knight though, I guess. This is looking good though. Here, and if you go here, I still take first. You have to jump over. And I'm still doing this because I want to get my knight in over here. Checking your king. Very nice. Alright, I think it's e4 now. Let me just see if I'm going crazy, but I think it's e4 is looking pretty good now that I have that blocked off. Let's go! This bishop is turning out very useful now. White basically gave me a move, so... Already half their time again. Oh, dangerous. Alright, I'm expecting them to go here, and then I have to attack them again. And then we'll see. Yeah, okay, so I attack again, I think is the move. It's either that or fall back, alright, so we're just going to do it. And to protect the knight, they have to play g3. And now I can move my knight over, check the king, and if it moves somewhere we can get interesting, but I could also just do this. Sure. But I think this is just clearly the kind of the move. This pawn will get a bit weak, they'll be able to come in attacking it. This actually will be a fork, so they have to take and give me that pawn over there though. Otherwise I just trade off the light square bishop immediately, but I don't know if that's actually ideal for me. I mean, I can also just do this first off and then do this, but I don't really know if that helps me too much. Oh, maybe this is the time to lift up my rook now. Can they hit me in some way that matters? They can castle, in which case things maybe are not so good. But I would be able to get this. And then that rook would be a little bit hangy, a little bit weak. I'd be able to come over here, hitting the rook, it'd have to run away. Actually, I think it's probably this or this directly, isn't it? Here and the castle. Here and their castle. I hit their king, and then I'm slowly coming in. Oh, I still need to get rid of this knight, actually. That's just a frustration, isn't it? I can't move my bishop, though, because this pawn is very weaky. Okay, so here or here. And they castle. Then I can hit them. And even if they don't take, then I can hit their queen. Maybe I should start with this then, though. We're going this way. I do also realize the knight actually hits that square twice, so I jump in, they take, and actually then they're still doing fine. But I could do like a little in-between like this actually as well. Take here, and if they do, I can snap the queen off. I guess I need to get my bishop in to this diagonal first. Now that the knight is blocking the f-pawn, now I can do this. And if they take, I can take back with... What do I want to take back with? If I take back with the knight... No, I probably take back with the queen. And then... Oh, but then they defend the square backwards. Ah, okay. That's a bit of a tough one, actually. So maybe this is just the move that we want to work on now. Maybe that was not the best way to continue. Interesting. Alright. You can't take because then I hit your knight again. Although I guess that's not the end of the world. I go here, you're gonna jump here, aren't you? I mean, I could actually still sneak in this plan. That knight there covers some important squares, but it doesn't cover everything. So if I check now, are you gonna take? And then jump your knight out like this? Then you're hitting my light square bishop, which is not ideal for me. So what if I just do this now first, and then I hit your queen? And if you fall for this sneaky trick, then I take your queen. And if you don't fall for it... oh, then I get a check on your back rank, actually, maybe, which would be good. Or I can actually go here. Ooh, okay, hang on. I'm just gonna do this. This looks like there's a lot of potential I just realized I hung my rook. Fuck. I'm such an idiot. Oh no! Oh, that's so silly. Oh, that's so silly. Okay. Ugh, oh me. Oh my silliness. Alright, now we have to get sneaky again because we just hung a rook for no reason. Um, what to do? Oh, I guess I actually don't have to move my bishop because if they take it, they open up this potential mate plan. Oh man, okay, well, I guess white's going to take 3 seconds to figure out why I hung a rook. But I'm guessing they're still going to take it. Hmm. Ish cupcakes. Playing the plan that you had a move ago when the pieces have moved is not the best way to go. Oh, interesting, in between move. Oh, hang on. Can I do this now? And then you take my queen and I take your queen. But you need to my rook as well and then I cry about it, don't I? Um, I can sack a knight here. Here you take my queen, I take, you take there. I check you, you come back. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Um, take me, then it's Danzaroonies. Okay, well I could sack a knight instead of a rook. That might be better. If I fall back and then they take my rook, the situation is still fairly similar. I check, they take, I take, and then I have this after they try to run away. Actually, that might be my best bet in this case. So I go back. Oh, they're gonna hit me with their knight, aren't they? I go up if they take. Ah, the take doesn't work. Unfortunately, I need to move my queen immediately. So this is going to be very nice for them, just more and more. Okay, well, hang on, if I go back, they come out at least. Well, at least nothing, actually. My queen is just getting trapped in this side of the board. Shit. You take me, I take you. You take my rook, I cry about it. I go back all the way. You take. I have no real compensation here. This in-between move. Ah, they just have so many nice moves here. Okay, I think this is the best I'm gonna get. Oof, now I'm like a fifth of my opponent's time. I'm down big time. Okay. Yeah, I can take there and trade, but trading is an absolute disaster. So I'm gonna go here, hitting the bishop and also this pawn. So you can go back, I'm gonna get a pawn, and maybe I'll get a check or something. I'm also blocking my light square bishop, which is a bit frustrating. If you take, I take. That's a bit crazy though, because then I can take your knight. If you jump your knight in, I'm still going to be able to take this move first actually. Got to keep on, what they call it, bobbing and weaving. If you take my rook, I take here, you jump over. I can check, you're probably going to bring back a rook here. Then I can take a pawnsies. You can castle. I can hit your rook, I guess. So, take here. I mean, I'm kind of hoping you move your light square bishop, because this activity might actually be something I can work with. But I'm guessing... Oh, I guess the other thing I can do is I can take with the... I can take with my queen, but the problem is that then you just castle. Oh, hang on. Never mind. Then I go here. You go up. I take... You take back with your king. And that's interesting to say the least. You have a knight. I'm gonna check, you go up. I can check you again. Oh, that's actually very interesting. Okay. So if they take my rook, taking with the queen actually is looking like the best option here, because they're probably going to castle. And then I can move my light square bishop and they go up. I can take, they take back with the king. I check them, I come in again. And they got to be kind of careful where I go. They have to go dark squares. And if they go here, I can take with check. They can bring their knight back. They have a knight and a rook, and I have a queen and a rook. But it does look like I'm actually able to... Yeah, but the knight that really does keep the king quite safe right next to it. And my pawn isn't able to move forward, so then I have to start moving my other pawn up the board. Okay. So if you go back, I take the pawn with my rook, putting some pressure on you, and I can try and something danger zone. Check, you probably bring your rook back. Take with your bishop. Oh, then I can actually, depending on where the queen went, I might be able to cut you off a little bit actually. Oh man, we are playing an uphill game. So much for making life easy for ourselves. You take my rook, I take your bishop with my queen. What if you just like move your rook out of the way? I kind of have nothing. I can do this then, I guess, and if you jump it away, I can do this. I can just do this right away actually. The queen can come back and defend that square. And then I also have to worry about the fact you've got a rook on that side. Tricky. Take here, save your bishop. Any other move that you might consider? I don't really think so. So I think it's going to be one of these. Okay, it is the bishop save. That is also very interesting, because now I get to push your queen around. And then I get to do this. But you're going to castle, so it doesn't really help me too much, because your other rook's going to be there. Well, maybe I take And then I do this, and after you castle, I put my queen in here. No, you're gonna jump onto this square. That's the whole point of why it's frustrating, isn't it? Alright, well, we're not trading queens, and we need to be making something happen, so we're going to be attacking here. And now if you attack me again, I might take, because then you take, and then I can like check you something. Maybe come up here hitting your bishop and your b pawn to try and create some action. Hey. Made a terrible move. Yeah, that is the move I was expecting. Okay. I mean, there's nothing good here. I have to not trade queens, basically. Take, check, up, take a pawn. So I'm down a minor piece, and up a doubled pawn. A minor piece for a doubled pawn does not sound like success. It sounds like immense failure. There's no in-betweens here, like I can check the king and then take, and it's just nothing useful. Alright, I guess I could also trade this way, but it's not like the position feels especially good. Take, check. Probably drop with your rook, take a pawn. Oh, then I lose this pawn as well. Shit. The other option is to trade queens this way. But it's not much better. It is not much better. I have to play the in-between move. Otherwise I'm just losing everything. So I'm expecting rook back. What I could do after this, after rook back, I could take here. Nah, it doesn't really help. Trying to cut off the king from castling feels pretty good, but it's going to take a while to be able to do that properly. Yeah, rook back. If I go over and you take me and I take, I don't really have much, do I? And I can't protect each other in a good way, so I kind of have to take, don't I? Yeah. Because I'm kind of wishing you take with your king, but you're going to take with your bishop, why not? So win this pawn or keep this pawn. I actually think this pawn is probably worth less, because at the end of the day, my doubled pawns aren't actually going to make any massive progress, and this pawn is still a little bit weak and difficult to defend, so maybe I take and like get my pawns doubled here, and then I come over and try and attack these pawns on this side of the board. And then I can also try and walk my king out somewhere useful at some point, somehow, maybe. It's going to be difficult, but I can probably come attack this with my king from the long way around. Yeah, okay, going for it this way. I mean, it's bishop take, almost certainly. Is there any value here, and then I get like some other move in here? But you just castle, and then after here you're just doing great. I actually think I kind of have to go for this like silly situation. Up, you can put your king out actually. I have to start running my king like crazy. Um, yeah, I can check here a bit. Yeah, this is a very strange pawn structure to go for, but I think it's the only way I might be able to get some counterplay. The other solution is just so clean and so losing, so do something interesting, you know? But yeah, take, and then after you put your king here, I mean, we can trade off kings, and I'm running here and you're running there. I have so much more stuff I have to take to be able to make something happen. Yeah, that's exactly what I expected. Although here I can actually get in this way, so I might be able to check you at least once. Um, I wonder, if I do this and you put your rook there, I can go here. Move forward, I can check you again. Yeah, but if my king is stuck over here, I'm screwed anyway, right? So I think I have to go with a check and a check, and you're probably just gonna, you know, loiter around my pawn. Then I think I actually start running my king out, because it can't get out here. These two squares are covered. I don't have a pawn break, so I have to walk my king out this way, which is just silliness. If I go here and you put your rook down, check you anyway, it's just more activity for you. That's not good. Move you one square further away, and then I start running my king. You're gonna bring your rook anyway though, I guess. Here you're gonna take, I'm gonna take. Then I'm hitting this pawn as well though. Take. Okay, actually then things start looking like I might have something. Come back to hit the knight. I mean, I'm still immensely screwed, but it looks like I might be able to push. If I can get their f-pawn off, I might be able to push these. If I can win these two pawns, right, then I can make a pass now on this side of the board. So king around like this now, or do I just go for the pawn directly? They probably take there, I take here. Actually, I think I'm just going for it directly. I don't think there's any value in like moving my king here only to realize I have to run back anyway. I don't think I can really protect that side properly, so hitting the knight. Okay, kind of blanked on the fact that the knight can go here. Now I can hit that pawn, and then I can slowly cry about how far I have to run my king out. Um, let's see. Oh, actually, at the right moment, I could sack, and then I could run my pawn. They're still in the right position, but I could try and I can try and make some moves here maybe. I'm gonna leave the knight where it is. If it moves, I'm gonna take here. If it doesn't move, I reserve the right to make a hero sack and try and run my e-pawn up the board. I mean, I could even on purpose do this just to get this. I'll hit the knight again. And then I have to come out. I can't lose this pawn though. If they take here, this pawn is hit, so if they jump around, for instance, I gotta defend my straddle. I gotta defend. I can't move here. If they take, then this h-pawn is just running. Oh, and I do have to go to the bathroom again. Great time. Great time. This is silliness. This is absolute silliness. If I go here, they check me there. This pawn is dropping, unfortunately. Here they take, I hit them again, they fork my rook and my, so here they take, and if I go here they hit the e-pawn. Oh man. Alright, so actually this move just gets crushed, so I have to run sideways like this to get out the other way. I have to spend even more time, which is not good. Yeah, makes sense. Should I do something like this? You're gonna check me, I'm gonna go up, you're gonna check me, I'm gonna come in. You're gonna run your story away, I'm gonna take here. I mean, otherwise I have to do this, just putting pressure both ways. You're gonna check me anyway, right? But at least that pawn is always a little bit weaksies. You come in, I take, you take with check, I run up, you take with check again, I go up. Oh no, wait, hang on, but I take with check as well. So it's hither thither. If I push, that means nothing. You're just gonna check me anyway. So it's here or it's here. If I go here and you come out, I can come onto this square, which means I don't fall for all those problemos on the other side of the board. And then I can slowly move in and try and create a passer here, but you're going to get a pass on the h-file when your rook comes in. Ah. Alright, so maybe I do just give up and come here. Oh, then you can push me away. Not ideal. At least I would get one check at some point, and then I might be able to do something useful. Alright, so it's here. I mean, do I want to walk into this on purpose? Is there any way that this is good for me? Here they take, I go back. No, that's the fork situation. That's terrible. Okay, here we go. I could have also tried to attack their h-pawn now that they left it, but I think this activity is a bit better. Oops. Oh, actually, this is terrible. Here, check me, I go here, you take with check again, and it's a perpetual or just a loss. Here you go up, at least I hit your, rook. So here you go up, I go up again, you take something, I come up to take this pawn. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. Ooh, okay. Okay. Do I go here or do I just take this pawn? If I take this pawn, I guess you're coming in. Then I have to fall back. If I go here first, you're coming in anyway, right? Maybe I go here, and if you take that way... if you go here, take that way... Nah, it doesn't work. So maybe I hit your rook first, force it to go into the other side of the situation. You're going here, right? Oh, shit. You're going here. Take... Here, I can run this back a little bit. Actually, if they're not careful, I might be able to check and get something going, so that might be really good, actually. There's this fork, though, which is not fun, is it? You're still in time. You're not quite out of the... I need you to come here. I need you to come here. So maybe I do this, and then if you take it, I can take here. And if you don't take it, don't really know what I'm doing. Otherwise I have to just go up. Okay, I want you to come here with your king, so I guess I'm just gonna just make you move your rook to the h file. I can take here, then I can go back, chop, 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 try and cover it. It's not gonna work out, but you know, we're trying, we're trying. Yeah, doesn't quite work, unfortunately, does it? I need this king to move. If the king moves back and I sack here... Oh, you're still in time, aren't you? That is frustrating. Okay, now I think I'm just going up and then in. Oh, then I have to take first. Back. Moving it up the board. Yeah, I think I have to take at this point. There's no fork at least. Yeah. Now I can come here, but like that doesn't help, and this pawn is literally the only thing that's keeping me alive. So let's go all the way back. Hmm. I think this rook is actually a bit offside right now. So I think this is the time for me to... Man, yeah, it doesn't work if they know what they're doing though, obviously. They have to keep following it with their king though. Yeah, the king has to be the one to keep it safe, so... I could go here and take here and then try running, but I think we have to kind of force this. F pawn weak. All my F pawns weak. I have no strong pawns here. Probably gonna go there, aren't you? Back, you take. I have to keep on running up. Yep. Oh, there's a fork there as well. Shit. Ah, okay. I think I'm just completely busted at this point. Well done. My Nimzo Indian was trashy. Absolute trashy. Yeah, there's not much for it. I'm gonna lose my only pawn that is keeping me from losing here, but... is there anything useful here? Absolutely not. Alright, well, screw it. We'll play on a little bit, just for the fun of it. Right. Hit the rook. Probably going there. I mean, I should maybe just resign. NSEEK didn't respond to the idea of coming onto the stream to chat a bit, which is unfortunate because I think it would have been fun. Okay, we'll take one of their passes off the board because it comes with check as well, which seems like a good thing. They have this move though, but I don't think it makes too much of a difference. Hmm. love to play this, but I can't. Alright, I think we're going to give it another 5 minutes. If white doesn't make some silly mistake, I think I will just resign. I'm clearly down 2 pawns and a minor piece. And we can get to looking at what exactly the opening was supposed to be. I am the kind of person who likes playing on until they actually lose. There are fun debates you can have about at what point in the game you shouldn't be doing that anymore, but I don't know. I mean, you're coming to play, you're not doing this out of spite or something. Even though this is losing, there are still calculations to make, patterns to look at, and so forth. Oh man, hanging that rook was just very unfortunate. I thought the position was quite fun. It looked like I had some interesting ways to put some pressure on the opponent. Back here. In this position I had this, which looked really fun, but then I decided to play knight e5 first, and then I don't have it, but I still played it. So a little bit dangerous move. Okay. I mean, I can't go back. I have to go up. So that's what's happening. Knight over. I could like pin it to your king. Doesn't really matter that much. The sack doesn't help that much. Okay, now I have to move my rook back and forth, I guess. Because otherwise things go badly for me. Are you gonna come around and try and attack? Okay, well, we'll make some moves. This man has just got to stay to defend this pawn. And what if I go here? Oh my goodness, is there any way that I make this in time? Okay, hang on, let's do this. This seems like it could be fun. Please block with your rook. No, it didn't block at all. I was hoping you would block with your rook. That would be really fun. Okay, alright, I can push you away. Doesn't quite do anything, but it's still kind of fun. I guess you're coming in here to like double attack my... double attack my pawn. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you come in. I'm guessing you're going here, because if you go here, then I give you some headaches, I guess. Tiny ones, not massive ones though. Here, I was gonna go here then, and if you take, I can take the knight, which means the pawn is also weak. There's also this, which is kind of fun. You have to go out. And I can check, take, but then I still have to, yeah, that's not going to work. I guess you could go here as well. It's good this is with check, otherwise I'm just crushed again. Alright, so if you go down somewhere, I'm going to go over. If you go sideways, I can't go over. That's kind of spoiling the fun a little bit. Then I guess I have to just go back here again. Just hitting your pawns. Okay, and same plan again. If you block with your rook... Yeah. Okay, hang on. Here we go. If you block with your rook, I'm going to take... And I'm going to take this pawn. Ah, no, but you can come in... Oh, no, there. Okay. And if you don't... Up. Up. And we have a good old pawn race. I mean, I'm not gonna win, right? Like, I think... I just skipped like a count. But it does seem quite fun. Because it's here. I have to take one first, so... It's a bit unfortunate. Take. Start running pawns up the board. I go here. I have to play I have to play defense with my own king, unfortunately. So it's not, you know, I'm all right. Hang on, your rooks, your knights there. You have to move it. Um, yeah, but I guess you're just kind of running out in time. Here, here. I'm one move short. That actually would have been really fun. What? Okay, it's the same thing though. So you're gonna go here, then I'm gonna go here hitting your knight. And then what, are you checking me? I mean, this seems kind of silly because I actually just have this. So, I mean, white's clearly winning. But if you can't find the winning move, then, you know, try a different move. Blocking with the rook is pretty good too, but I mean, I guess I can keep on doing this as well. You need to bring your king closer to me. Or you need to just sack one of these pawns and push the other one, or you need to like give up this pawn. Yeah. Something like this probably works better. Um, so I can go up now, because my pawn isn't attacked, and your king can't attack it the way it's moving. If you go over here, I can defend it from the back. Then it's the same though. It's take, and confusion. Alright, otherwise I just go back. And if you go up, I no longer have that square, which is unfortunate because it's been really fun. Or I just go in here. That actually works as well. Nope, that's the fork switch situation. That's terrible. Alright, so what? Up and you go down. And I go over again. There's another fork. Ah, there's so many ways I could lose this with my stupid forking situations. Oh, then I lose my pawn. Yeah, he's basically gonna force my rook to have nowhere to go. I'll go down to the side, but I need my rook to move. Here I get forked again. Here I can start running the pawn, but there's just no way I'm fast enough. Uh, okay. I guess I could hit the knight, and then if you go here, I go here, and then it's still the same situation, hoping you... Oh no, but you can take with your king in that situation. That sucks. Yeah, that really spoils it. Oh well. If you check me and I go here, importantly, you're not hitting my pawns. After you move your king, oh, I can't lose everything. So actually, this doesn't help. If I go up, I guess I have to. Up here, you move your king. I can't defend my pawn and my rook anymore. Ah, that's very unfortunate. Oh, thank goodness you didn't do it. Okay. Uh, Same plan. Block with the rook. Block with the rook. Oh, seriously? No blocking with anything. I mean, I'm still just moving in circles. I actually think in that position, if you block with the rook, I wonder if it's slightly better even for me. I'm not sure. Because your king is over here. No, because you could take with your king. That doesn't help. If you block with the rook, I need you to take with your knight so I can take your pawns. I'm causing white so much headaches though. Oh, I mean, I'm just going to go back to where I was originally, aren't I? Yeah, here we go again. The problem obviously is that you can take with your king. I need you to take with your knight, otherwise it's not fun. So, I think I'm actually just going to attack your king here instead. More checks. All the checks. All the pretty checks. All the pretty checks. All the pretty checks. All the pretty checks. Yeah, having the king there kind of spoils it though, because if you can take with the king, it's not good. Now if I move your knight, it also doesn't help much because your rook is protecting the pawn now. Oh, and now you can do this finally, so that's kind of not good for me anymore. Alright, here we go. At least with this, I have potentially got this plan. Yeah, I mean, I knew you were coming. I can't go up, I have to go here, I guess. Okay, I go up here, I guess. And now I can hit this pawn twice. Take, take, take. But I'm just not in time. I'm too slow, unfortunately. If I hit this and you move it twice, then I'm losing. I'm so losing here. I really wish they took with the rook. At least it would have been kind of like a fun pawn race. Oh. Stuff and things. 1, 2, 3. I mean, they're just so close to it, it's no longer even funny. I could go here and they'd have to move their pieces. Oh, well, okay. This does create some fun situations. Okay. And now I go where? Here, you move down here. You move your rook down. Oh, you can't move your rook, okay. Can't move El Ruko, importantly, because pawn is being defended by the rook. Fuck. I think by the end of this, my opponent is going to have about the same amount of time as when we started the game. Playing for the silly Trixies. Going over. Okay, now I'm fully committed though. That just drops the pawn, doesn't it? The knight can't go anywhere that I care about. Heyo! Oh no! Okay. Yep, knight can go somewhere I care about. Fair enough. Where's my rook? Oh, it's not a good spot to be in. Okay. Oh man, I'm so screwed. Alright. Oh man, there's just so many diagonals that my... Okay, hang on. I'm gonna play until they take my rook out with a nice, like, um, diagonal check or something. How could they do this in a nice way? The queen has here... I guess you actually only need to push me once. Yeah. As soon as you can push me again, it's GG. That's very good. Any backwards move. How about here? Can you get me here? Oh, I can't go there anyway. Oh, I can just run away. Alright, I think it's time to resign. This was super fun, but it is a silly situation to be in. And let's just go auto zen mode. Hello everyone. 12 people watched me do that silliness. You guys have nothing better to do with your lives. I appreciate it. GG, fun game. Sad I dropped that rook because the middle game was really spicy. Any interest in jumping on stream with some mic and or video? Yeah, if you're keen, that'll be fun. Everyone listened to me all night already, so you can just come share from your side a bit. Oh, cool. Okay, hang on. That actually would be super nice if my opponent, if NSEEK is keen. I don't know how you can message me on Slack explaining how I'll do it. Do you have a working mic? Then it's very easy. Okay, great. I will send you a link on Slack. Please open it. It's like a video call. It's like a Zoom, Teams Skype call, and I can put you into the stream. Oh, that's really cool. All right, so go. So, hello everyone. 14 people. Well, that could be worse. Oh, Quablo, Rook A8 is quite a blunder. He got Rook X C6. Yeah, things didn't go so well. Well, could be worse. Yeah, it was a bit of a blunder, hey? Stress from the lack of sleep. No, I'm just playing kind of badly. My Nimzo Indian is a bit weak. All right, we're gonna get other man in here. Let me just quickly. How do I do this? OBS Ninja is what I'm looking at. All right, OBS Ninja. Um, create a room. This is for NSEEK. NSEEK 111. Optional room name. Okay, I didn't realize there's an optional situation there. Copy link. And let me invite him quick. Go here. Where it is. Here we go. Alright, over. Sucks to lose. First loss for me for this season. And then I have to enable, allow, and do I need to mute the speaker? I don't actually remember. I think I mute here, but I don't mute my mic. And then I copy their link into the stream. That is how that works. So guest cam, here we go. All right. Everyone who's been watching, thank you very much. Hey Martin. Gospel Game NSEEK 923 is playing Flippy Flop in 1931. That is exactly what happened. Oh, what are the ranks? Oh, very nice. AJ, Cinema Show, let's just castle. That was probably way at the start. Indeed, we should just castle. It's always good. IQP is an isolated queen spawn. Yeah, Guitar Spot already got us. Hey Bobby, why do Flip's opening always look horrible? It's because it is horrible. My opening was pretty bad. Long think, bad think. Yeah, Quablo's got the situation on. That's correct. Okay, so copy. This looks like we've got a visitor. So let me just put them in. Okay, apparently they're talking, but I can't hear them. Hello, there we go. Can you hear me? Oh, fantastic. Okay, hang on a second. Now I need someone in chat to tell me. Colin, can you hear him as well? Sorry, Incy, can you just keep talking for a little bit? Just say hi, whatever, sing a song. That was really fun. That middle game was really fun. Uh, yeah, yeah. I did hang it. I did hang it. I had the rook move a move earlier if I didn't move my knight. So I was considering that move, and then I was low on time, so I accidentally moved the rook, even though the knight was no longer defending it. So yeah, the yeah, yeah. Uh, I don't know if I got mated there, but it was definitely like a dangerous position, right? Okay, fair enough.
But I think, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at
Um,
the engine. We were all fairly normal until looks like they didn't like knight c6 for you on move 11.
yeah, yeah.
Um, what do they want there for you? I was thinking you were going to go to like knight a6 or knight d7 and then take on c5 and then use c5 to get to b3.
Yeah.
I thought that was like the whole point of
Give me one
the.
second. I want to hear what you're saying, but I'm just fixing. Now it works. Okay. Everyone couldn't hear you on stream yet, so I think I had to fix something
Oh,
quickly.
sorry.
No, that's my bad. Okay.
But
Oh, there's
yeah,
a
so
lot of
like,
people watching in other thing as well. Hey, all you better be on the stream also. NC coming to chat. Alright, sorry. I'm in the game. Don't look at the stream because it's going to be way too slow. Just tell me where you're looking and I'll just kind of jump around
all
on my
right,
screen as well.
so let's. I mean, I thought the opening was fine. I just the a5 a4 was a little unusual for me.
Yeah. That is,
Um,
it's a plan, but it's not a plan that connects well with what I was doing. But it kind of like stops your queen side from rolling forward.
yeah, I was trying to figure out like what was going on there because
Yeah,
I just thought I was missing something. But then after you played c5, I thought, okay, he's going to have me take on c5, and he's going to use that to move his knight to b3,
yeah,
and that knight to c6 just I didn't understand. Um,
yeah.
and I thought, that's where I took the knight on f6 and
Yeah.
gave up the bishop there, but I was pretty sure I could hang on to the pawn after that.
Yeah, completely, right? If I take with my queen, you trade off, I get a worse structure, you take again. I have like isolated pawns. I only have isolated pawns in that variation, right? So take with the
Yeah, although
queen.
so I played rook to d1 there because I thought about taking on f6, but then you have queen takes on c5, and I don't know, it just seemed a little scary to me. So I thought I'd try and develop something with some tempo, but then you have the queen in front of my king anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then I just
yeah.
trying to develop a little bit, and Stockfish doesn't like my bishop e2 move at all either.
I guess
Um,
so. I mean, taking the F pawn wasn't necessary. You were clearly better anyway, right? So, yeah. But
yeah,
that did look interesting, right? You would take, maybe I would take the C pawn, maybe you would take the H pawn, and I would check you on A5, I was thinking.
yeah.
Um,
Um, yeah, then I don't know. You got to try and get your bishop out so you get the rooks going.
yeah, my rook.
But then maybe I get
Yeah.
the castle at that point. And then I kind of missed how e5 was fairly strong for you, even though like I didn't really look at it much because a controls d4, but also lets that bishop in, and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I got a little bit into it.
Um, I spent a lot of time looking at g4 stuff and just couldn't find a way to make it work.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, I was also at that E5 position. I was really glad to get it in. And
Yeah,
there's so many variations here. But actually, yeah, I think, yeah, Queen C4 was a bit of a mistake. I actually thought Queen C4, you were trying to take my B pawn and just kind of start running your C pawn forward.
no, I was thinking I was gonna follow it up with like queen h4
Yeah.
and get another piece. Get the another defender on the king side, and also more pressure on f6 and h6.
Yeah,
But the second I played it, I went, "Oh no, queen to b1, I'm just dead." But
yeah.
it is the best move for you, but it gets it back to like even.
Actually, I opened that up quickly as well. Oh yeah, well,
Yeah,
even-ish. It's still
I
plus
didn't
one,
see
but
queen to
still.
b1 until the second I moved it.
Oh man. I see. Yeah. I mean, you were still probably doing okay, but I did get a little. Actually, I want to show on stream quickly because I was looking at you come down to Queen B5 if you were coming for my B pawn. Then I'd play Rook A5, you take the B pawn, I take your C pawn, and if you take my knight with your Rook, then I think I might be then I'm definitely better because I get to check your king like you've been looking
Oh,
at.
so like queen c4, bishop e6, queen to b5,
You played Queen C4, Bishop E6, yeah, Queen B5, and then I play Rook
rook
A5,
a5,
Queen
queen
takes B
takes
to
b7,
B7, Rook takes
rook
C5,
c5,
and then Rook X C5.
and then rook takes knight.
Yeah, then Rook take Knight, and then I come in with that check on B1.
Oh yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
winning there.
Well, I mean, then it's better, but I still have to figure out how to win. But yeah, that seemed kind of fun as well.
Well, yeah, I got a block with the bishop, and then you have a couple of different things there. I mean, you have the skewer with bishop to d5, you have pressure with bishop to b5, you have rook to d8. There's a
Yeah.
lot.
There's a lot going on. Oh, hang on. I need to turn off the engine. I can't look at it too much. It gets a bit too seriously. Barbie says, I think it was this, you wait to have h pawn, you can do bishop d3 or something, have a lot of mate ideas. Black has basically lost there. I mean, I have basically lost out of the opening, but we got a bit better again. I was close to equal again until I hung that rook, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think once I play queen to c4, it's about even. I'm up the pawn, but you have all the pressure. Bishop d3, I could not find a way for that to not, like, immediately lose. I really wanted to play it.
Yeah, yeah.
But, so on move 17, when I play queen to c4, if I play bishop d3 there, which is I really
The
wanted to
engine move.
play,
Yeah.
I just thought you had e4. And then I didn't have a good
Uh,
answer.
I mean,
I know
I
you
lose
have
the
rook
f
takes.
pawn, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so like rook takes f6, and then I mean you have like I don't know queen to g4 or something, and then I'm gonna lose a piece there. I don't think that wins. Oh, maybe it does because rook takes h6 threatens mate.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so maybe you need to play like queen h5 and hold on to the pawn. And then and then e4 is hanging. Oh man, I really wish
Yeah,
I
it
caught that.
doesn't
That would
work
have
out.
saved me a lot on black.
I did look at it as well, and then I was like, oh, actually, I think e4 doesn't quite work yet. I have to like fall back a bit more, or maybe I have to like just oppose with my light square bishop myself or something.
I
I don't know.
spent a lot of time looking at bishop d3 and just couldn't
Yeah,
find a way past
yeah,
e4.
you spent 10
Too
minutes on
bad.
that move.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad you didn't find it. Obviously, it was good for me,
yeah,
but yeah.
yeah.
Pity. I mean, after I did play e4, then you jump the knight, and I move my queen and g3. Yeah, I'm doing okay, but the engine just wants me to trade queens. It just wants me to play queen e5 and like trade queens with you. That doesn't seem like the plan I've been working on this whole time. Seems rather silly. Queen takes, knight takes.
So on move 20,
Yeah, yeah. It wants me to play not knight e5 but queen e5. That's a bit unexpected. I mean, I definitely wasn't trading queens. I was gonna play rook a5 as my other idea. And apparently that's just
yeah,
really
but
bad.
unless you get your pawn back somehow at the end of that, like I don't,
Oh no,
yeah.
no. Oh no, I go. You can sack on the knight and you're protecting the c pawn and my rook is
I
hanging,
mean,
so it's bad.
my c pawn's definitely vulnerable, so maybe you end up getting that, and then we're even in the end game.
Apparently not. Apparently it doesn't work. But that was what I was thinking, yeah. That is what I was thinking about.
All right, so after knight
No.
e5, I thought about castling there, but just the light square weaknesses. I was thinking,
I
I don't know,
wonder.
everything was very dangerous. I thought about just like running to like the king to c1 or something too.
Oh yeah, just like all the way out. Fair enough.
I'm gonna castle queenside from here. Um, just yeah, this was scary.
Just hand
Um,
cancel to queen.
but I thought maybe I get the knight to f4 and I can hold on to stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Definitely.
then, yeah, I thought there was some sort of. I didn't even look at taking the rook. I just assumed that I was missing something. I could
You,
not believe you
well,
could have just taken that rook the whole
yeah,
time.
you could have just taken the rook, but you found some great other moves anyway, right? Because you're pushing me off the diagonal, off the file, which was kind of part of the potential tricks I had. The row, what am I saying?
Well,
All the
it
moves were
worked out
working.
because yeah, I mean I was on the queen with a pawn, so I mean it was almost So I guess after that I'm on the queen and the rook still, so right with h4, and
Yeah,
then you had the check, and obviously I have to bake. And then, but you found queen f5 was good.
queen to f5.
After bishop takes on f3,
Oh, thank
I
you.
mean, yeah, because like, okay, and it looks like I'm still supposed to take the rook, but I thought there was mate stuff again. If like queen takes rook, and then after pawn takes, you have the queen to b1 check stuff. I just yeah.
Yeah. Apparently that is still completely winning for you, but I actually did think if you take the rook instead of saving your bishop, let me just go back to it now on my side. So if you take Queen a5. I thought I could take the bishop with my queen, which also hits your knight. And if you castle,
Right.
I have bishop h3, potential mate. Then you probably play
Yeah,
knight
I don't.
f4. I get, yeah.
Oh,
Apparently,
right.
you're still winning though.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I I just like I looked at castles like okay, bishop h3, I just lose, but knight f4 covers g2 and h3.
Oh man, yeah. I
So that
actually, yeah. You could have, what you call it? You could have zigzag. And even if I get your f pawn, you're still +5. It's just completely losing for me.
well,
Oh man. Okay, that's very, very disappointing. That felt like there was some chance there. Oh
yeah,
man.
castling just scared the you know what out of me. So I just
Yeah.
hold on to stuff and taking the rook. I thought you put the rook there for a reason, and you had
Well,
credibility.
thank you. Yeah,
Um,
thank you. This is I play some online
especially
poker
because
nowadays. This is your table image, right? Like you think I'm
yeah,
serious about this stuff.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the stuff I was more nervous about was queen takes a5, and then pawn takes on f3, with the queen coming to b1, and maybe the other rook coming in. Yeah, so
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
queen takes a5, pawn takes f3, and then like even after knight to f4, queen to b1 check. No, I guess I don't lose the rook because I can retreat with the other rook, and it doesn't just immediately
Yeah.
lose.
No, you're safe, but it
Um,
is scary, right? If I can get rid of your
yeah,
knight, there's mate threats and all kinds of stuff. So
yeah. So I mean, I was up a piece and just figured I'd hang on to it for a minute and see if I could breathe. And then you played rook c5, right?
yeah,
And I just didn't see a spot where your queen could move and still
yeah,
protect the rook. So it just seemed like a simplification
yeah.
for us
Apparently,
to.
I should have traded queens, but I'm like, why am I gonna? I'm clearly losing. I'm not trading queens here. Yeah, I need to try and make something else happen. So yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah. I don't understand why that's so much worse. Um,
I guess the fact that you get to f pawn, my pawns can't move at all anymore. I have no pawn breaks. Like there's nothing I can do. Oh wait, but actually yeah, you take with the f pawn anyway. Ah, screw it. It's already so losing. I don't even know if it's worth worrying about why. It's okay. Oh
but
man,
yeah,
I had such a fun line prepared as well, by the way. Just I mean, not like heavy prep, but instead of playing a3, I think the main line here is actually cxd, and then I take back with the e pawn. You go bishop g5. I poke your bishop with h6, you go bishop h4, and then I play c5 there, and I'm just trying to jump everything in and put pressure on your knight,
oh
and it's
yeah,
just
I
a
kind of treat it
disaster.
like a Queen's Gambit decline exchange variation, but your bishop's already on b4.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's absolute madness. It's really fun. It's a very, very interesting line, so I thought that'd be cool. But your immediate a3 after queen c2, I was just like, oh, okay, never mind. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's actually part of why I play a3 there now,
Yeah, I mean,
because
I play that as
some.
well, but I play it without queen c2. I just play a3 immediately, the same-ish
Yeah,
variation. Yeah,
what is it? It's like the Averbach or something like that.
that's the same-ish. But I mean, anyway, it's a very
The
fun
same issue.
line. Yeah, here we go.
There's a local like over the board player who's very good that I've played against in that line you're talking about a few times where I just
Yeah,
get
yeah.
crushed. Um, I usually get a game with the queen c2 a3 queen takes thing. So
Okay, okay. I actually don't have a lot of OTB on my end right now. My first son was born 2 days ago. They're coming out of the hospital tomorrow. So
oh,
thank you,
congratulations.
thank you, thank you very much for playing on such short notice. That's actually why I was unavailable because I figured I wouldn't be able to schedule properly. But I'm super glad we got to play anyway. It's real fun.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good, I think. And there's obviously a bit of improvement I can make on my Nimzo situation. Oh man, yeah, 93 just disaster. Everything went bad from that. And then again, hanging the rook, unfortunately. Oh well.
Oh, knight
Really fun game,
g6 you
though.
mean?
Sorry?
Yeah. Knight C6.
Oh yeah, knight c6. Sorry, yeah. On move, what's it? Move 11. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an unfortunate one.
It looked like you played C5 to set up like knight to D7 or knight to A6, and it just
Yeah,
didn't fit together.
yeah. I mean, it's probably not a bad move. It's unfortunate just because your queen's already on the dark line, on the dark diagonal. So if you take, then you open up this very nice double attack on my knights. I have to play g5 first, and after that I can play knight c6 or whatever knight otherwise some other place. Well, it happens. Nimzo is still very fun. Every game is different, so always enjoying
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that was good.
Happy. All right, I'm gonna call it a night. It's 12ish. I should probably start wrapping up. Thank you very much. I'm gonna share the stream eventually. You can watch it if you want to, if you're bored or something. But you did play the game, so you
All
should
right,
know
good game.
fairly well.
Thanks for
GG. And thank you
feedback.
very much for coming past the chat afterwards. It's real fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Happiness. Next time, put your video on as well. I can put your camera on the screen as well.
All right.
No worries. GG again. Nice. That was really fun. Alright, but we did get absolutely crushed, unfortunately. Our opening was complete trash. Oh, I was actually still watching something over there. I just want to quickly look at what the theory of this line was supposed to be. This is the Noah variation. Oh, which I never play. Yeah, okay. And this is probably why, because I don't really... Knight e4 is a move, but castles is fine. And then... Oh, just c5 directly. h6 is also fine. And then c5. What's different in this situation? Oh, okay. I actually did look at this, but I didn't know if it's worth it. So there's g5, there's also d4. I did look at this. Um, but I didn't really know what I was planning to do, to be honest. Take, bishop e2, rook e8. Castles, queensides, boy. Alright, so my a5 move, just absolute trash. c5, dxc, g5. Top lead chess, what do people do? A lot of rubbish as well. Okay, so yeah, so now I'm just completely off of it. That's very disappointing in terms of being able to do something fun. And that said, it's not because the middle game wasn't fun. This was craziness. It's because I hung my rook halfway through. That was just silly. Oh well. Anyway, thank you everyone for coming past. Going from the top, Martin, Gospel Gambit. Who was else? Jay, you were here. Guitar Spider, Barbie, Quablo. Where's Quablo? He tends to take... Oh, hang on. I haven't finished reading this. He tends to take a good 5 minutes debating a move, and then 90% of the time, initial thought is what he ends up doing. Yet he says his quick games are bad. Oh man, does he read the chat during the games? He does not, because he's playing a league game. He needs elevator music playing when he's away. F3 hanging F6, stress from future lack of sleep, lols. Yeah, Scrooge has kids, so he understands that joke very well. Rook A5 is quite a blunder. He's got Rook XC6. Oof, well, it could be worse. We haven't seen him play with a lack of sleep yet. Wait for it next season. Colin, you know what's happening. That's for sure. Indeed. Cool, man. Thank you very much for coming past, Guitar Spider and everyone else. This was really fun. I mean, half the point of streaming is because it's enjoyable. Also trying to grow the channel. Tell your parents to subscribe and all your other friends. And thanks again for coming past. This was real fun. Sucks to lose, but a very enjoyable middle game. And a good reminder to have at least a bit of an idea of how you're going to play the opening that you choose. Alright, so let's go to that elevator music then, and see you guys around. Be safe and take care, and bye bye.